Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and yes, it is that time for my top 20 albums of 2014, hip-hop albums of 2014. Yes. First off, I just want to say, apologize for not making a lot of hip-hop videos this year. To be honest, I didn't really buy a lot of albums. I only bought really like, a couple handfuls of like older albums this year, and I mostly bought, 2014 releases. And I really just kept it down to the ones that I really did want. I didn't blind buy a shitload of records and stuff. I did buy, some albums, of course, like the new Wu-Tang album and things like that, that you generally would buy as, as a collector or as a fan. But for the other albums, I really just bought the ones that I wanted. So, I mean, I could have probably done a couple updates this year, but yeah, right down to the nitty gritty. I bought a fair amount of 2014 albums, and I thought this year was actually pretty good. There was a lot of really fucking solid albums that came out this year. Of course, you always hear everyone saying, it wasn't a great year and stuff like that, like every year, but I don't know, man. I had a lot of good time. I had good times with a lot of albums this year, so big shout out to my man Jason Bosco for sending me this shirt, this Artifact shirt. Thanks a lot, playa. Fucking awesome. Another shout out goes to my man FXP, also known as FXP 420, or used to be known as that. Yeah, big supporters of, still following the channel and stuff. Talk to those guys all the time. But anyways, guys, with no further ado, let's just get right into the top 20. Try to make this video relatively a decent length and whatnot. So number 20, this one might surprise a little bit of people, but I really did like this album. They actually put out 2 albums this year. I felt like the second one, which the title actually escapes my mind right now, I kind of felt that one was, just kind of felt like the leftover tracks. And that is Armada of Pharaohs and Death Reborn. I really did like this album. I know it's not really for everyone, but I'm a big fan of a lot of the MCs in this group and stuff. I don't know, man. It's very, very typical Armada of Pharaohs. It's got, Vinny Paz like on every track, self-titled, esoteric, and the rest of the cats and stuff. But overall it was good. It was a good listen. It kept me interested throughout the whole album, and it's, I don't know, man, it's just decent, hip-hop. I don't know, man. It's okay. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but a decent, solid album. Armada of Pharaohs and Death Reborn. In at number 20. Now this one, the number 19, this one actually took me a little bit to get into. At first, I thought it was a little fucking short, to be honest. It kind of bugged me that it was so short, and I waited for this album for years and years to come out. It finally did, and, at first I was disappointed, but, over the year I listened to it more and more, and I just really kind of started digging the album a lot more. And that is Cormega, Philosophy, produced by, of course, Large Professor. Yeah, this one kind of caught me off guard at first. I was like, I don't know if I'm digging it or whatnot and stuff, but ultimately became one of my favorite albums of the year. It's a quick listen, so you kind of get used to going through it over and over again and stuff like that. So, but I really enjoyed it though, man. Mars, I mean, that song is really dope, man. Easy Redman and Styles beats. Cool to hear Redman over some good fucking beats. Or the fuck Redman is these days. Of course, you got Black Rob made an appearance on this record, which was interesting. That kind of took me for a loop. But Nature, Raekwon on here. Good record, man. I think, it's not Large Pro's best production in the world. But, it is. It's good, man. Number 19, Philosophy. Number 18, we've got a group that I fucking adore, man. I think this group just puts out really, really dope stuff. Nothing but good stuff, to be honest. And again, they didn't fail me, man. And that's the new Doppelgangers album. It's called Peace Kid. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But yeah, awesome, awesome album, man. At first there was a couple beats on here that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, wow, that's a little different for the Doppelgangers, but overall, man, I listened to this album a bunch of times, and it just became, a favorite of mine. I really look forward to listening to it and stuff. So it's another really short album. It almost feels like a fucking EP at times. 11 tracks. But what can I say? The Doppelgang is always putting out quality hip hop. So, and that is number 18. Number 17 is an album I actually haven't really seen on anyone's list yet. Surprisingly, I've always stated that I'm such a big fan of this producer. He always seems to put really good producer albums together. With the exception of one record I didn't really care for. It kind of felt rushed, but this one was no different. You know, it's got the lineup of really dope MCs and stuff, and that Static Select is what goes around album. Static Select never really seems to do me wrong. Of course, you know, he's got like Joey Badass on here, Freddie Gibbs, Styles P, Talib Kweli, Action Bronson, Royce the 5'9", Black Thought. Keeps going and going. Lots of good cats on here. Sean Price. Be Real made an appearance, which was fucking cool. Yeah, Absol. Really good stuff, man. I love the beats. There was a lot of really good tracks on here. Just solid from top to bottom. You know, another album with like 20 tracks on here. And it never felt boring. It's pretty long, but it never felt boring. So, you know, it had a lot of replay value for me. And I love that about Static Selector records, because I can throw them on and it's just like you're hearing different MCs, but dope MCs, you know, throughout a record, and good beats, man. Big fan of Static Selector. Keep doing your thing. I'm looking forward to, you know, another album. So, Static Selector at number 17. Number 16 is an album I've seen in many top 10 lists. You know, I've always had a love-hate relationship with the MC here. I've never really been the biggest fan of his like solo stuff, but I'm a huge fan of the producer, and the beats on this record really sell it for me. But I think that Freddie Gibbs did a good job on this album, on Pinata, or Pinata, I think that's how you pronounce it. Madlib on the beats. You know, Madlib he never ceases to amaze me how versatile he is with his sounds. He always seems to bring out the best in MCs, you know, and this is no different, you know. Like I said, at first listen, I was like, damn, that's actually really good. I don't know what it is about Freddie Gibbs that I don't completely buy into. Maybe it's his voice or something. I don't really know what it is about him, but, you know, I had no problem with him on this record because he was rhyming over some beats that I really cared for. But Madlib, number 16, really dope album. I believe this one came out on cassette too, which my homie Larry got, actually, which is super cool, man. I love that people are putting out cassettes, man. It's awesome. I didn't jump on any this year, but maybe I'll jump on some next year. But yeah, Pinata, or Pinata, I don't know, man. It's number 16. Number 15 is another album I've seen in many top 10 lists. I love this record. It's really good. Yeah, and that is Pharo Monch's Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. This was a fucking dope album, man. You know, Pharo Monch has put out a couple records that I wasn't really overly the hugest fan of. Pharo Monch is a dope MC, so I always expect a lot from him when he puts out an album. And this one delivered, man. This was really good. It was, you know, surprisingly very entertaining. Pharo Monch hasn't lost a thing, you know, in all of his years doing this and stuff. Still a dope MC, just beats really do matter on these type of albums, but I don't know, man. I had a good time with this one, man. You know, really good beats, of course. Black Thought making an appearance on this record. There's actually not that many features on this one. Talib Kweli's on there too, but dope hip-hop, man. Pharo Monch, awesome stuff. At number 15. Number 14 is a Canadian record by a producer slash MC, and that is Frankenstein, the Science of Sound. The Science of Sound. Really awesome, kind of boom bap, throwback type sound. Really fucking awesome shit, man. I love Frankenstein. He's definitely a cat that's putting out a lot of great stuff. You can get this on Ill Adrenaline, you know, which is cool, man, that, you know, this is out on that label too. But yeah, Frankenstein, check this out. If you like that boom bap type throwback hip hop and stuff like that, this is where it's at, man. It doesn't sound Canadian at all. I don't really know what that was supposed to mean. I know a lot of people, some people say that, you know, Canada has a certain sound and stuff. I kind of beg to differ. There is quite a bit of difference between the East and West stuff, but Frankenstein, awesome stuff. You never heard of this, definitely check it out. It's a great fucking album, awesome stuff. And that was number 14. Number 13 is an album that I was anticipating like a motherfucker. I really was, because I'm such a huge fan of the MC, and I'm loving this producer and stuff. And it was really kind of what I expected. I expected it to be super laid back and just kind of fucking mellowish, and it delivered, man. And that is Ray's Cafe, Ray West and OC. I've stressed so many times how much I love OC. You know, OC, Apollo Brown, Trophies is my favorite album a couple years ago, which was just an amazing combo. This is a completely different album than, you know, the Trophies. OC seems to put out a lot of different type of records because he uses a lot of different type of producers and stuff, but this one, super laid back, awesomeness. I think OC really kind of, you know, adapts to beats very, very well. He's a great MC, great rhymer, and it just, oh man, it goes together real fluently. And I haven't really seen this one on a lot of people's lists. I'm not sure if it's due to the fact that it wasn't heard by a lot of fans out there, if this one was overlooked and whatnot, but I do highly recommend this album. If you're a fan of OC, if you like Ray West, this is definitely one to check out. Ray's Cafe, really good stuff. So, and that was number 13. Number 12 is another album I've seen in a few top 10 lists. I know Jason's probably gonna scream at the fucking video right now and go, how the fuck is that so low on your list? But to be honest, ranking is for dummies. It's all about really the top 10. All these albums could be interchangeable and stuff. So, you know, they just have to fit into some place in the top 20. Yeah, I know he's a big, big fucking fan of this. Same with my man Tom. And that's Sage Francis' new album, Copper Gone. Sage Francis, man, he's really put out a lot of good stuff in his career. This is, again, a really dope project, man. I know Tom had a problem with the first track. There isn't actually one song on this album that I dislike, which is awesome. You know, I think Sage kills this. He's still doing his thing. Very aggressive, fucking awesome. Just, this one has a great feel to it, man. I was really stoked to see that he put out a really awesome album. I believe his last album I wasn't really a big fan of, I want to say, but this one, oh man, really, really great stuff. Yeah, awesome stuff. Definitely check out the new Sage Francis album if you haven't. Great stuff. And that was number 12. Number 11 was actually kind of big surprise for me. It took me a long time to pick this one up. I know this one came out, I think, in the first quarter of 2014, and I kept putting it off. I believe it came out around then. And I kept putting it off because I'm actually not the hugest fan of one of the MCs in this group. And I'm a big fan of the other MC. So I was like, I don't know, man, I'll check it out. And I finally got around to checking it out and said I had to buy the album. It's great. And that's Barrel Brothers, Sky Zoo and Tori. Now, I love Tori, man. I think he's a fucking dope MC. Sky Zoo at times kind of bores me, like on his solo projects. I know that might be sacrilegious or whatever, but I kind of find him he's just not entertaining enough for me to kind of keep my attention throughout a whole record. But this was good, man. The beats were awesome. I thought they complemented each other quite well on this. It kept me entertained, and I found myself going back to this album over and over again. And that's pretty much how I make my list. You know, the most replay value, and you know, the albums that really kind of stuck out to me in the 2014 year. And this was one of them. I really had a great time with this album, man. You know, it's just put together well. And it kind of flies by, you know, there's 14 tracks on here, maybe a couple skits or whatnot, but it's a great album, man. Good stuff. So that was Barrel Brothers at number 11. And we're going into the top 10 already. So yeah, Chars, I need a beer break here. Awesome. Great stuff. Alrighty, so getting to the top 10. Now this one I've heard a lot of people complain about this year, but it's like every time this group puts out an album, it always seems to get a lot of buzz. A lot of people are talking about it. Some like it, some love it, some hate it, some are undecided. This group is always super talked about, and for good reason. They're dope. I mean, that's all I can say. And that's Southsiders, Atmosphere's new album, Sluggin' At. I think Tom said it in one of his videos that, you know, a lot of people had problems with the simplicity of Slug's rhymes and stuff. I completely 100% agree with Tom, what he said about, you know, you don't have to have the most complex rhymes to make a fucking dope album. This is a great example. And I don't think Slug's rhymes are overly that simplistic anyways. I don't think they're elementary at all. I think it's just really good storytelling and it's easy to understand. I think that's what kind of throws off people. It doesn't have to be complex. Great beats, great themes, great lyrics. Just another awesome fucking album by Atmosphere. You know, I mean, these guys really fucking put on amazing shows. I've seen them live. They do their thing. They have a great loyal fan base and stuff. And I mean, every time they put out an album, you know, they get a lot of buzz for good reason. And you know, I wish more people were digging this album because it was great. But Southsiders, awesome stuff. Really, really enjoyed that. Number 10. Number 9 is, as everyone knows, one of my favorite groups of all time. You know, in my opinion, they've never done anything bad. You know, never anything terrible in their entire careers. They're getting older, but they're still putting out really amazing stuff. This one was done by Adrian Young, Souls of Mischief's new album. Yeah, this is fucking awesome. Souls of Mischief. What's it called? There Is Only Now. I'm so bad with album titles, I always forget. There Is Only Now. This was good, man. Really solid hip hop, man. I didn't really know what to expect. Adrian Young was producing it, and I was like, okay, cool stuff. And it really fucking floored me. I was like, this is awesome. So glad that, you know, Souls of Mischief is still doing real fucking good stuff. I mean, I didn't have a problem with their last album at all. I know it got mixed reviews like every fucking album. But I love their last record, man. I thought it was fantastic. And this is no different. I mean, this is a lot different in sound and, you know, in tone and stuff like that. But it's a great fucking album, man. Definitely check this out. Love the cover art too. It's very fucking fitting. You know, Souls of Mischief. Yeah, number 9. Great album. Number 8 is I guess a group now. Of course, one guy is actually, the producer is actually in my top 10 twice, and the MC from Epidemic, and that is String Theory. What can I say, man? BBZ Darney's production, just amazing boom bap hip hop. He never fucking fails me. All the projects he's done with Umang are just fantastic. And this is no different, man. It's just really great production. Hex One, of course, from Epidemic, just really fucking dope MC from, you know, just amazing stuff, man. Great combination, and, you know, I really hope that they put out another record, you know, maybe String Theory 2 or something, but you know what you're getting yourself into with this if you know what BBZ Darney is and Epidemic is and stuff like that. So, awesome shit, man. Love this album. Right from top to bottom, just fantastic stuff. Can't beat it. Awesome. String Theory number 8. Number 7. Number 7 is an album that, wow, I got a lot of fucking replay out of this one this year. You know, coming off their first 2 volumes, I wasn't really 100% sure on this one, and, you know, really completely sold, but I'm always looking forward to an album from these guys because, you know, it's always good. It's always good. It's not bad or anything, but, and that is the Cunning Linguist, Strange Journey Volume 3. This might even be my favorite volume out of the 3. I really fucking love this album. I thought it was fantastic. Great stuff. Man, there's a song on here. I think it's the very last song. Eutropia Kenju. I don't know. With the song with Tone Deaf. It's a really short track. It's about 2 minutes. Man, they fucking murder those verses, man. Tone Deaf just annihilates his verse. It's just disgustingly sick, man. Yeah, you know, there's a few features on here and stuff. Actually, I should say there's a lot of features, actually. You know, Cunning Linguist albums are kind of turning into, like, a Ghostface Killah Raekwon album type deal. Like, a lot of features and stuff. But, you know, they're getting a little more popular with a lot of people, so that's to be expected, I guess, right? But yeah, Cunning Linguist, Strange Journey Volume 3, great album, awesome stuff. And that was number 7. Number 6, I know this is number 1 on some people's lists. Every list I've pretty much seen, well, with the exception of a couple, actually. It's been in pretty much everyone's top 10, which is understandable. I remember when this group formed and put out an album last year, and I couldn't fucking believe it, because if you go back to like 2004, what these 2 cats were doing, they were not even associated with each other. One was doing shit with the Dungeon Family, the other one was doing a thing with Def Jux, and all these years later they put out an album together in a group form called Run the Jewels, and then they put out a sequel, Run the Jewels 2, Killer Mike LP. This is like really the most unlikely duo in my opinion. Just very surprising, but fuck is this ever dope, man. Killer Mike, you know, I never was the hugest fan. You put him on shit like LP, fucking strange ass insane beats, it works, man. I think they complement each other too. LP and Killer Mike do a great job together. Awesome stuff. It was cool to see Zach De La Roca with a verse on here. That was pretty interesting. I know a lot of people are saying that they actually like this one better than the first one. I'm kind of torn. I think I might like them the same. I think they're both just amazing records. I might like this one a tad bit more now. At first I was still feeling the first one a little more, but this one might have kind of surpassed a little bit, which is interesting. But yeah, this is a fucking banger, man. If you got a good stereo, holy shit, this can fucking break windows, man. I've woke up a lot of people with this album this year. I'm not lying. But yeah, Run the Jewels 2, fucking awesome record, and that's number 6. So I'm sure people are screaming at me again, how is that number 6? But Number 5, another effort from these two. Again, you know, actually speaking of fucking old Def Jux, these guys formed a group, I believe last year. I want to say that they put their first album out. Yeah, 2 years ago or something. And this is Hail Mary Mallon, Rob Sonic, and of course, Aesop Rock. It's my album cover right there. I just had to take out this card. It's sitting in there. It's a digibook, so it's gonna fall out if I hold it up. Yeah, what can I say, man? This is fucking awesome. Great beats. They complement each other so well. I think Aesop and Rob Sonic are just brilliant together. Man, this album has so much replay value. Every time I put on this album, I have to listen to it straight through, no matter what I'm doing. It's great, man. It fucking bangs. I'm sure everyone's heard this album, but if you haven't heard, I'm not exactly 100% sure how you, Bestiary, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm having problems with album titles this year, aren't I? But yeah, this is fucking awesome. Oh, I loved it so much, man. Aesop never disappoints me, ever. Number 5, Hail Mary Mallon. Yeah, alright, so number 4 is an album that I've heard a lot of people talk shit about, and they didn't really care for it overly that much, but in my opinion, man, Evidence is having an amazing fucking year, man. Again, Evidence being one of my favorites. I love them to death. Of course, he put out a record with Alchemist called Step Brothers. Love this packaging too, you know, this velvet cover and stuff. It's kind of a short one though, so it's annoying because it kind of, I don't know, you know what I'm saying. It just kind of gets stuck into the, it gets hidden on the shelf a little bit because it's shorter. But yeah, Step Brothers, Alchemist, Evidence, what can I say, man? Dope production. You know, I'm a really big fan of Evidence on the mic. The Alchemist is coming around. Evidence, I just like his style, man. He's just simple. He's got a good voice, good flows, but they complement each other. Love the beats on this album. Got some really cool features on here. You know, Styles P's on here, Action Bronson, Rock Marciano, Fashawn, Rocket Science, of course, from Dilated Peoples, Blue, Oh No. Good stuff though, man. Really, really awesome record. I couldn't, you know, recommend this one enough. Awesome shit. Step Brothers at number 4. Number 3, and I think every time these two put out an album together, it always, you know, it's always in my top 3 of every year. I think last year, I believe, was it last year or the year before, that actually was the number 1 spot. Again, Umang, produced by BBC Darney, The Black Rose Certificate. Loved this fucking album, man. Really, really great stuff. The beats are like BBC Darney's beats. I don't know. They seem like a little more serious on this album for some reason. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it's also because Umang's, you know, his approach to the records. You know, it seems like it's a little more personable. You know, he comes off. He's not. I don't want to say battle rapping, but he just it comes off a little more serious. You know, as this one. But yeah, I guess it's, you know, based off the title, The Black Rose Certificate. Yeah, this is awesome, man. I really enjoyed listening to Umang on this, man. He just sounds so personal. It just sounds like he's really kind of elevated himself as an MC and just continues to grow and entertain. I think Umang might even be the best MC in the underground right now. I mean, I shouldn't say the best. He's my personal favorite MC. I don't really like to, you know, say someone's the best or whatever, but he's my favorite MC in the underground. I could listen to Umang all day. I just love his approach, love his style, love his lyrics, and I hope he continues to do stuff with BBC Darney, because they make a great combo, great team. So The Black Rose Certificate, check us out. It's fucking amazing. Loved it to death. Great stuff. Number 2, speaking of you know, Evidence and having a great fucking year, this album, man, I fell in love with it, man. One spin and I was just like, repeat. I kept fucking playing it over and over and over again. And that is Dilated People's new album, Directors of Photography. Oh man, I love this album so much. I just, you know, Dilated Peoples has always really put out strong albums to me. Maybe one album I didn't really care for too much, but maybe it was just the beats didn't seem that inspired. But this is fucking awesome. Great beats. Our Science, you know, Evidence, they do such a great job. Babu, awesome as usual. Oh fuck, man. Like, Directions, the first song on this album just sucks you in so bad. Love it so much. But yeah, Dilated Peoples, awesome shit. Check it out, number 2 if you have not. And to my #1 album of 2014, and it's been my #1 album the entire year. No one has ever stole that spot and went back and forth. This has been my top album ever since it came out, and that is the brand new album by People Under the Stairs, the 12-Step Program. Oh, my favorite group since these guys have come out in like '98. Every album that they've ever put out, I've absolutely loved. I think they're just one of the most consistent groups of all time. I mean, they got, what, like almost 10 albums out now or something? And nothing bad at all. Every album's consistent. You know, they do get criticized for, you know, kind of sounding the same throughout albums, but, you know, there's a lot of groups and MCs and stuff like that that have done the same thing over years. But, you know, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of variety in there and stuff. And, but that's one, Double K, they just do such a great job killing this album, man. They're fucking funny, they're entertaining. The structure of the album is really interesting. The second song on here, STE for Reefer, you know, it starts out, it's kind of like one of those tracks where, you know, you got about 4 or 5 songs in one, and it's like a 7.5-minute song. It's just interesting structure, but every song is fantastic. Dr. Feelgood on this album, they actually sampled Motley Crue for the chorus, and it's fucking trippy, man. LA Nights, just, oh fuck, get hip, man. Every song on here, awesome fucking album. Oh, what can I say? Loved it to death. So yeah, that's the top 20. So I wanted to say, you know, if your album didn't appear, your favorite album of the year didn't appear in here, I'm sorry. It's my personal list. If you don't agree with my ranking, well, that's odd because these are my personal favorite albums of the year and stuff like that. So I'll run this down again. #1, People Under the Stairs. #2, Dilated Peoples. #3, U-Mang. #4, Step Brothers. #5, Hail Mary Mallon. #6, Run the Jewels. #7, The Cunny Linguists. #8, String Theory. #9, Souls of Mischief. #10, Atmosphere. #11, Barrel Brothers. #12, Sage Francis. #13, Ray West and OC. #14, Frankenstein. #15, Feral Munch. #16, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib. #17, Static Selecta. #18, The Doppelgangers. #19, Cormega. And #20, AOTP, Army of the Pharaohs. And yeah, that is going to do it for my top 20 hip-hop albums of 2014. A couple honorable mentions I just want to throw out there. Black Milk, enjoyed the record, it was a big surprise. Ghostface Killah, the new Sin album, or Sign. Diamond D's album was pretty cool, I enjoyed that record. Mine's One and Kev Brown, I thought that was a really cool album. Diamond District, definitely not as good as their first album. It was okay, it felt very mature. And McEnroe, and I'll give it up to Prime also. McEnroe, of course, from Canada, and Prime, Royce 590 GG Premier, which I still have not received my copy, so I haven't really listened to the album that much. I've only listened to it kind of here and there once or twice, so yeah, if that's on your top list or whatever, I'm sorry. Old school album of the year, for me, The Legion, from their tapes from back in the 90s. Awesome fucking shit, man. Most disappointing album of the year, gotta be the Wu-Tang album, man. Fuck. I was really not impressed with the album at all. Just terrible hooks and choruses and stuff. And another album I was disappointed with was DJ JS1's Ground Original 4. I thought it wasn't that great. I really did like the first 3 volumes. I even defended them to people and stuff, but what do you do, man? What do you do? But yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of other albums out this year that were really cool, man. Like the Haslow and Castle record I really liked too. That was a good one. Hussein Mackie and Kev Brown. Kev Brown, what a great year. So, but anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for my albums of the year 2014 Chars. And you know what? Peace out, homies. I'll check you later in the next video. More to come.